Why do men always have such a hard time talking about their feelings? Why is it a thing that what the frick? why, why is it a thing that us men we just can't talk about our feelings? Like what? I don't understand it. Why is it so difficult for us? Honestly, I think I know why. At least from what I've gathered, men are expected to just kind of go to work, come back home, be a provider, and that's honestly about it. And it's really sad. It's extremely sad. Um, us as men, I guess to put it simply, we don't really get to talk about our feelings much because when we talk about our feelings and how we truly feel, most of the time they're kind of disregarded and not really paid attention to, I guess you could say. Whereas, versus if a woman would talk about how she felt, most of the time people would sympathize with the woman. But if a man does it, it's like, you're a man, be a man, get a grip. What are you doing? Be a man. That is so toxic, dude. I genuinely just cannot stand how much men's mental health is neglected. It's sad, but I guess I can't be too shocked because of how evil the world is nowadays, and how progressively evil and bad everything keeps getting. There's a quote that I saw online that I think kind of, yeah, basically kind of sort of goes with what I'm saying here. I think I'm with like women and puppies get unconditional love, but men get conditional love or something like that. I'll put it on screen if I can find it. There are some men when they express how they feel like they're heard and like people listen to them, but that's so rare. That's so few and far in between that most of the time when somebody asks a man like if they're actually fine, I mean they're just gonna say yeah, I'm fine, I'm chilling. Well, in reality that's not true. But I mean, they kind of figure, why does it matter if I even say how I feel anyway? Because I mean, nobody's gonna listen. Hello, how's it going, you? Isn't that such a god awful thing that most men feel like they can't even express how they feel without the fear of someone telling them to just be a man? That is awful, and it even plagues me. Even though I've got a loving family, I'm fortunate enough to have a loving family. But at the same time, I don't ever really talk about my feelings and my mental health, and I should probably start doing that. I don't know why I don't. It's strange. I mean, I do know why, because I mean, all my life, I've been, it's been constantly shoved down my throat that I need to be a man and I can't show my emotions. But is that really true? Wouldn't it make me more of a man if I was in tune with my emotions versus me constantly shoving them down and not expressing how I feel? Wouldn't that make me grow emotionally? Like, wouldn't that make me become emotionally mature, or am I just crazy? I might be just crazy. I don't know. It does suck though, because I never really talk about my feelings like I should. I never express how I'm truly feeling, even though I know I need to talk about my feelings, because I do shove my feelings down a lot, sadly. And that's a very bad way of doing my mind. I guess you could say like like me mentally. If I'm constantly not okay and somebody asks me if I'm okay, and then I don't really explain how like hey man, like I'm actually not okay. I'm not doing too good right now. But instead I just say like I'm fine. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't benefit me at all. Me saying I'm okay when I'm really not does not do any benefit. It actually just makes things kind of worse. Ladies, if there's any ladies watching this and you've got a boyfriend or a husband, do me a favor and go tell them how proud you are of them and that they can tell you literally anything. Like, please, please, I beg of you, if you're a woman watching this and you have a boyfriend or a husband, please make them just feel safe. Because at the end of the day, that's all us men really want, is we want a good woman who just listen to us and actually take our mental health seriously. That's really about it. I've also read something online that men have like the highest suicide rating, and that is just so sad to me, because all of it really only comes from, well, not all of it, but some of it comes stems from them just simply not being able to talk about their problems. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. There's My life took a turn for the worse in 2025, and in like mid 2025, and I'm gonna be honest. I don't really ever talk about how I'm feeling about it. I kind of just work. That's really all I do. I just kind of work and distract myself, and that's also not very healthy. I need to learn to actually talk about my feelings instead of just bottling them down and shoving them down and not ever expressing them. Because sometimes those feelings that you shove down can turn to anger, and that only just wrecks you even more. To any men that are watching this, and you just like, I know you don't tell anybody like how you feel. Man, you're a good man, brother. You're a good man. You're a hardworking man. You're doing all right, bro. You're doing okay. Some of y'all might even down yourselves, or what's the right word I'm looking for? Not down yourselves. Bring yourselves down. There you go. Because of your own thoughts, man. Don't do that. You're a good man. You're a good person. Don't let your thoughts win, bro. And I'm also a victim of that. I also, most of the time, don't think I'm a very good person. And I know that's not true, but my thoughts tell me otherwise. And that's not right. What in the world has happened here? Anyways, that's going to be it for me, y'all. Remember, you got this. I believe in you. You are strong. And you're not a bad person. And that goes for men and women. Everybody's mental health matters, and not just men. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless y'all. I'm outie. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.